You are 6 years old when you realize that children are not people. They are property. This morning, a stranger will examine your teeth like a horse, count coins onto a table, and take you away forever. Your mother is crying in the corner, but she will not stop this. Because in the medieval world, love cannot compete with hunger, and you are about to discover exactly what that means. You wake not to the warmth of your mother's voice, but to the sound of coins clinking on wood. You are 6 years old, and today you will learn that children can be bought and sold like livestock. The morning light filters through the cracks in the wattle and daub walls of your family's cottage, casting thin golden lines across the dirt floor where you sleep on a pile of straw. Your father stands near the doorway, speaking in low tones with a man you have never seen before. A merchant, perhaps, judging by the quality of his wool tunic and the leather purse hanging from his belt. Your mother sits in the corner, her face turned away, her shoulders shaking in a way that makes your stomach twist, even though you do not yet understand why. The air smells of old smoke and the sour tang of fermented grain, the same smell that clings to your father's breath most nights. You sit up slowly, and the stranger's eyes find you immediately, cold and appraising, as if measuring your worth in the same way he might examine a calf at market. Your father calls you over. His voice is rough, strained, and he will not meet your gaze. You walk across the packed earth floor on bare feet that know every groove and pebble, and when you reach him, he places a heavy hand on your shoulder. The merchant leans down, his breath smelling of onions and ale, and he examines your teeth, your hands, the straightness of your back. He asks if you are strong, if you obey, if you have been sick recently. Your father answers for you. Yes, the boy is strong. Yes, he obeys. No, he has not been ill. The merchant nods, satisfied, and counts out a small stack of silver pennies onto the rough wooden table. Your father's hand trembles as he reaches for them. Your mother's weeping grows louder, but she does not stand, does not rush to you, does not say your name. In this world, in this time, survival often requires cruelty. And love is a luxury that cannot feed mouths when the harvest fails. You do not cry, not yet. You have been taught that tears are shameful, that they mark you as weak, and in a world where the weak are crushed beneath the weight of hunger and disease and endless toil, weakness is a death sentence. The merchant tells you to gather your things, but you have nothing to gather. The tunic you wear, rough and patched and too small, is all you own. He gestures toward the door, and you follow, casting one last glance at your mother, hoping she will look at you, will say something, will tell you this is a mistake. But she does not. She keeps her face buried in her hands, and your father stares at the coins as if they are both salvation and damnation. You step outside into the grey morning, and the door closes behind you with a finality that you feel in your bones. The village is waking. Smoke rises from thatched roofs. A rooster crows. Somewhere a baby cries. You walk beside the merchant along the muddy track that winds between cottages, past the church with its stone walls and wooden cross, past the mill where the wheel turns slowly in the stream. People see you. They know what is happening. A few women cross themselves. An old man spits into the dirt, but no one intervenes, that this is the way of things. Children are commodities. They are traded, sold, sent away to work, to serve, to survive however they can. The concept of childhood as a protected, innocent time does not exist here. At 6, you are expected to work, to contribute, and if your family cannot feed you, then you become someone else's burden, someone else's investment. The merchant leads you to a cart waiting at the edge of the village. 2 other children sit in the back, a girl perhaps 8 years old with tangled brown hair and hollow eyes, and a boy younger than you, maybe 4, who clutches a wooden toy carved in the shape of a horse. Neither speaks. The merchant lifts you into the cart, and you sit on the rough planks, feeling the splinters through your thin tunic. The driver cracks his whip, and the oxen lurch forward, pulling you away from the only world you have ever known. You watch your village shrink behind you, the cottages becoming smudges, the church tower disappearing into the mist. You wonder if you will ever see it again. Deep down, though you are too young to articulate it, you know the answer. The journey takes 2 days. You travel along rutted roads through forests so dense that the canopy blocks out the sun, past fields where peasants bend double over their ploughs, through hamlets where dogs bark and children stare. You sleep in the back of the cart, huddled with the other children for warmth. The merchant does not speak to you. He stops twice to water the oxen and to relieve himself, and once he tosses you each a heel of stale bread. You eat it slowly, making it last, knowing you cannot ask for more. The younger boy cries at night, soft whimpers that he tries to muffle. The girl tells him to be quiet, or the merchant will beat him. You do not know if this is true, but you believe it. Everything about this world teaches you to expect harshness. On the 2nd afternoon, you arrive. The estate sprawls across a hillside, larger than anything you have ever imagined. There is a manor house built of stone with a slate roof, barns and stables, workshops, gardens enclosed by hedges, fields stretching to the horizon. Dozens of people move about, servants and labourers, their lives dictated by bells and orders and the whims of the lord who owns all of this. The merchant drives the cart to the rear of the manor, near the kitchens, and a stern woman in a grey gown emerges. She inspects the 3 of you with the same cold appraisal the merchant used. She nods, coins change hands again, and just like that, you belong to her. She tells you the rules immediately. You will wake before dawn. You will work until dark. You will speak only when spoken to. You will eat what you are given and be grateful. You will sleep in the straw above the stable. If you steal, you will be whipped. If you disobey, you will be sent away without food or coin, and you will not survive. Her voice is flat matter-of-fact, and you understand that she has said these words many times before. Children come and go here. Some grow strong and useful. Others disappear. You are simply the latest addition. Your tasks begin immediately. You are sent to the kitchens, where enormous hearths blaze with fire, and the air is thick with steam and smoke, and the smell of roasting meat that makes your mouth water and your stomach ache. You are given a bucket and told to fetch water from the well. The bucket is heavy, even empty, and when filled it is almost too much for you to carry. You stagger back and forth, your arms burning, your hands blistering. No one helps you. The cooks shout at you to move faster. A scullery maid steps on your foot and does not apologize. You learn quickly that sympathy is rare, that everyone here is too consumed by their own survival to care about yours. Days blur into weeks. You wake in darkness, your body aching, your hands raw. You haul water, scrub pots, turn spits, fetch firewood, carry slops to the pigs. The work is endless. The food is meagre, usually thin porridge or scraps left over from the Lord's table. You are always hungry. At night you collapse into the straw, too exhausted to dream. The girl from the cart works in the dairy. You see her sometimes, her face pale and drawn. The younger boy disappeared after the first week. No one will tell you where he went. You stop asking, but you adapt. Humans, especially children, are resilient in ways that defy comprehension. You learn who to avoid, which servants are cruel and which merely indifferent. You learn to move quickly, to anticipate orders, to make yourself invisible when necessary. You learn that survival here depends not on fairness or kindness, but on endurance. And so you endure. You grow tougher, leaner, quieter. The softness of your early childhood, the memory of your mother's voice, fades like morning mist. This is your life now. This is the world. And though you're only 6 years old, you understand with a clarity that most adults never achieve, that the world does not care whether you live or die, and that if you are to survive, you must care enough for both.